Hey, we cooked up something great this weekend. This is a pork steak. So it's a pork shoulder that's cut into 1-inch pieces, still has a bone in. We cooked this up like we would a pork chop. This is fantastic. Put a little bit of rub on. It was super easy to do. It tastes absolutely fantastic. It's tender, it's juicy. Show you just what we did on this. You can do it too at home. So give it a watch. Hey, it's Chef BBQ Plus, and today we're going to cook up some pork steaks. We're going to juggle some pork steaks. So these are pork steaks, just really a bone-in cut from the shoulder. So pork butt, pork shoulder. These are just cut thinly. Price $3.38 a pound, so you can't beat that. And we're going to find out for sure, can you cook a cheap cut of meat and make it taste really, really good? I think we can. We're going to put some simple ingredients on it, throw it on the Kamado Joe. Got some charcoal going in there. Pork steaks are just a pretty thin cut of the pork shoulder. So there's that big bone in there. It's got several different muscles going all kind of different directions in here. So just discovered that I had some problems with my microphone. So I'm going to narrate a little bit of this. Ignore the fact that my mouth is not moving to the same as what my words are. We seasoned this up, put a little bit of W sauce on it. Sprayed it with a little bit of olive oil. And then I used 2 different seasonings. One is Meat Church Honey Hog, which is a great pork rub. It's got pretty heavy brown sugar on it, kind of that sweetness that you like with pork. And then I've also got some of my pork shoulder rub that I added to it as well. This on both sides. I've got these in the Kamado Joe, Big Joe 3. I've got this loaded up with Jealous Devil charcoal. Hard to say all that together. Got it set for 325 degrees. I'm using an Inkbird device, and this basically blows air in there through a tube at the bottom where your air intake would be, and monitors the inside temperature with a sensor and runs the fan when it needs to bring it up to temperature, stops it when it's hit that ideal temperature. I'm also monitoring this on my phone too, which is super convenient. This is both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi compatible. So I can wander around the house, the yard, the neighborhood. I can go over to Home Depot. I can do whatever I want. As long as I've got connectivity, I can monitor and I can make adjustments remotely. So pretty cool. I'm a fan of that. So we're throwing this on the direct heat side. I've got a piece inside of the charcoal basket that divides it into 2. One half has the charcoal on it, the other half doesn't. So as the fat drips down onto that charcoal, that's going to flame up a little bit. It's going to give us a nice char on there. We're going to make sure we flip it over at certain points to be able to cook on both sides. And then we're going to have it spend some time on that cooler side where it doesn't have the direct flame, the direct charcoal below it. And that's going to give it more of an indirect heat to finish it off. One thing I did want to address, got a comment from a viewer who also happens to be my daughter saying, "Hey Dad, is that a shelf, a cutting board? What is that thing? Is that clean? I see you putting meat down on there. I see you putting rub on there." Just a little bit nervous about that. So is that sanitary? So yes, this is a cutting board that I use as a countertop. This has been treated. It's been oiled with a food grade oil on here after it's all been sanded down and prepared. And I use this stuff all the time. It's a Lysol kitchen disinfectant. I use it before I put any meat down here. Use plenty of paper towels to make sure it's completely clean. And then after I take any meat off of here, again, I hit it with this stuff as well. More paper towel. Yes, this is sanitary. You can feel completely comfortable eating anything that I prepare here because cleanliness is the name of the game. So we're going to move these over onto the cooler side. Yeah, that one in the middle definitely got some good char on it. That one had a lot of fat on it as well. So we're just going to move these over here onto the indirect side. They'll get some good heat, but they won't get as much char over here. Looks like we're already 168 internal. I think we do need a little bit more time on there. I'm going to check with another temperature probe, but we might be ready. I'm going to grab a little bit of that middle one. That's the one that had kind of the most fat in there. So you can see where that kind of crisped up a little bit, but I think overall this looks pretty good. I'm excited to dive in there, give this a try, and we'll see what it tastes like. It looks like we've got a good smoke ring on here. Wow, that is really good. As opposed to a pork chop, since this has got so many different muscles running through it and so much fat, where on a pork chop you can kind of cut the fat off around the outside, this I see has more fat that kind of runs through it. It's tender, it's flavorful. I mean, it tastes like a pork chop when you get just the straight meat side. Yeah, and this is really, really good. This is an inexpensive cut of meat. It cooks really fast. You can add whatever flavors that you want to put in here by adding your favorite rubs, or even if you want to sauce this a little bit while it's cooking or otherwise afterwards. Yeah, this is just really, really terrific. I have no complaints at all, especially when you're spending a little over $3 for something that tastes this good. This is going to be served more often at our place. I mean, it is really tender. Yep, this is definitely a winner. I would suggest that you pick up some pork steaks, throw them in your grill. I like the charcoal flavor to this. It just gives a little bit more of a smokiness to it. As I said, we did pick up a smoke ring on this, so that's really good also. Flavor, tenderness, everything is great. I would probably even try marinating these, maybe in a little bit of Italian dressing. I think that would be great as well. And you could cook it just like you would a pork chop, and no complaints whatsoever on this. Yep, that's a winner. Hey, if you like what I'm doing here, I would appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button and share this with a friend, put some comments in here, go ahead and look through all the other content that I've got. And when you subscribe, turn on the notifications. That's a little bell thing over there. By doing that, it'll let you know when I've got new content out, which is usually once a week. On the weekend, I put something out. So that way, when you're kicking back in your easy chair and thinking what you're going to cook up next weekend, you can take a look through the 140 plus different recipes that I've got in my YouTube channel. So the important things to do: kick back in that easy chair, grab a nice cold beverage as the last part of the summer is coming to an end. Figure out what you're going to cook in your backyard next weekend. And from BBQ Plus, thanks for watching.